Hey everyone, this is Too Big Kim from TwoBigWomenOnACouch.com. Hope you're over there posting your YouTube videos and your blogs and everything, because it is the go-to place for plus-size women, former plus-size women, where we're connecting and just sort of sharing. On YouTube, of course, I have with Terry the Two Big Women on a Couch YouTube channel, and I'm doing this series of conversations with some really good folk on YouTube. And today I have Dee with me. Her channel on YouTube is So Blessed One. And I got to tell you, first time I stumbled across her channel, I was very impressed. Great topics, all kinds of really wonderful things happening on that channel. So I really encourage you, please go check out her YouTube channel, So Blessed One. Anyway, Dee, what I really appreciated was one of the videos that I saw where you had your top things that you dislike about relationships. And what I wanted to do was call out one or two of those topics and just have a discussion about that. And I think we agree on a few of them, but there's one that we want to start with. What do you think?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for allowing me to collab with you.
Absolutely.
And it is such a pleasure to be here with you.
Oh, you're welcome.
One of the things that pops out at me about the video that I did, my top maybe 7 dislikes about relationships, is when we say, and most of the time it's women, when we say we don't want a relationship, when in fact we do. Because what we put out there in the universe, it actually comes back to you. So if you want a relationship, it's okay to say you want a relationship. And if you don't want a relationship, that's okay also. But to be honest about it. Because I think quite often as women, we say things like, I don't want a relationship, or I don't want a man, because we say it in defense of our heart. We don't want to be hurt. We don't want to be disappointed. We don't want to we may feel unattractive if we say we want a relationship, but we don't have one. So I just think that a lot of times we say those things in defense of ourselves, but it's not actually true. And if you want a relationship, put those positive energy and the positive words out there and do the things, necessary to get a relationship. But if you put something negative out there, this is what's going to come back to you.
Well, let's talk about the why. Let's elaborate a little bit more on why you think women do that. We talked about protecting their heart and kind of that, nobody wants to be hurt. Nobody wants to put out there something that they think that's not going to come back to them. So I think everybody sort of gets that. But what else? What are some other reasons that women would feel? Do they think that maybe they're going to be rejected, or what is it that makes them want to put something out to the universe that is opposite of what they really want?
I think lack of confidence and, like was said, rejection. You don't want to appear needy. You don't want to appear pathetic. You don't want to appear that, that you can't get someone. You're not attractive enough to get someone. I know for myself, I was single for 13 years. And to be honest, there were times that I started to question what's going. I didn't question my attractiveness or my personality. I think I was more so worried about what other people would think. I say, are people going to think, that I can't get anyone? Or maybe people think I don't like men, And I think I was always worried about what other people thought, about me. And so sometimes I think we put that out there because we don't want other people to look at us negatively.
Okay, those are really good points. I have a really good friend who's right in that very predicament as we speak. This is why this topic is such great interest to me, because, I try to encourage her, say, hey, why don't you, maybe join a meetup or join a group or do something. I don't know, just go out and meet, fellas. And she's like, I am not interested. I have no interest in that. I'm like, well, you always say that, but I feel something different coming from you. I feel something different. And she's like, well, only if he's like 99 years old and got a lot of money, or whatever. She makes jokes about it, and I know she's probably hurting because in her life she has so much love to give, and it's just so bottled up, and she has nowhere to really put that. But she's afraid. This is a woman who had been married for 14 years and had a man walk out on her, had her husband actually walk out on her. She's somebody who has been a little bit more, I'd say, what's the word? There's agoraphobia. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Where she was afraid of being able to go out because afraid that people were looking at her a certain kind of way or whatever. And I'd say, why do you think you're so important that everybody's like looking at you? People aren't. I mean, you're beautiful and all, but you're just not that. I
Exactly.
hated to bust her bubble, but everybody's not just looking at you, especially in a negative kind of way. And so I know that desperately, internally, and in her heart and in her soul, she really would love to have a connection. But what she puts out to the universe is, I'm not interested. He's got to be 100 years old with money, whatever. And that's not going to happen. And she's not going to get what she really wants. And so, I'm sitting here feeling bad for her, kind of thinking, well, maybe I'm not looking for anyone because I happen to be in a relationship, but I'll go to something with you to help you get in there to meet somebody. What do I need to do, And so
Exactly.
yeah.
And I think humor is another weapon that we use to kind of cover up what we really desire. So we throw a lot of humor, out there, rather than being honest about what we really want. And I often try to tell women that it is okay. I often say that we all want to be loved. We all want to be loved, and it's okay to have that desire to want to be loved, and it's okay to express that desire to want to be loved. That does not make you desperate. What makes you desperate are those desperate acts of doing anything it takes, or finding love, or getting love, or keeping love at all costs.
Right.
That's
right.
what makes you desperate. But just the mere fact of wanting to be loved and being open to what God has for you, then that doesn't make you look pathetic or desperate or unattractive. That makes you look, to me, even more attractive because you're being honest about it. And then you're opening up all types of possibilities because you are being honest about it, and honesty is attractive.
And you look like you want to be loved, and that's a whole different thing that you exude when you look when you put that positive energy out there. And then of course it's really choosing, the right. You don't want to be desperate when you're looking or feeling like you want to be loved either. You don't want the first thing that comes along that might not be right for you either, right?
Exactly.
But to put that good energy out there and be honest about it.
Exactly. And I think that for so many women, and especially plus size women, if we realize that so much about who we attract or what we attract is about our attitude and what we think of ourselves. And I think if we realize that, because I also did another video that said, I'm too blank to have someone. And in that video, I mentioned that quite often we think we're too plus size, we're too big, we're too tall, we're too short, we're too dark, we're too light, we're not smart enough. We just think whatever you want to fill in the blank. We think that we're too something to get someone. And even recently on one of my videos, someone said that I don't think I'll ever find anyone to love me. I'm 4'11" and majorly overweight. And I wish so many women would understand that it has nothing to do with your size. It's the fact that you think nobody will ever love you. It's the fact that you think because you're 4'11" and very much overweight, and you think there's nobody in the world who will possibly love you or be attracted to you. It's the attitude that you're not attracting someone. It's not your physical body. And I wish so many. I can get so passionate about this, Kim, because I wish women would realize that it's not about your size or your color or your hair. Of course, you make yourself look attractive, but it's not about that. It's about how you think of yourself, and how you think of yourself tells others how to think of you and how to treat you.
Absolutely, it does.
So if you think you're too big to get someone, you probably are too big to get someone. It's not because of your size.
Exactly.
It's because of your thinking.
It's the attitude. Absolutely. You are just amazing. I love having this dialogue with you because it's so right on. It is so true. It's the attitude that will carry you, and it's confidence and believing in yourself and loving yourself enough to put out there, the good things about you. And a lot of times, like I said, people put that negativity out there about themselves. And so I believe that there's someone in this world for everyone. I really do, that there is someone that will love you. And so just open yourself up and be honest about that. You're not desperate and so forth, and it's okay. I so appreciate you doing this video with me. Thank you so very much. So blessed.
Me.
All right, my new friend. Thank you so much. This is awesome. So we'll do some more, okay?
Okay, it's been a pleasure.
All right.